Oh yeah, look at that thickness. These are off copper jumper cables. I found these in the grass on a junk removal job, buried underground. What's up, you guys? Andre here with Jack of All Trades. Recently I have been accumulating a ton of copper wire for my junk removal job, so I actually want to split some and set it in separate barrels. That way I can make more money when I recycle it. I also ordered a stripping machine for wire from Amazon, so it should make the process a little bit simpler. At least I hope so. I never used it before, so I'm gonna have to get used to it a little bit, and we're gonna install it on a table we also got from a junk removal job. I'm basically getting paid to remove all the stuff, and then it's my choice if I want to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, throw it in the landfill, or use it for myself. And for this table, I decided to keep for myself. For those of you guys that own a Stripmeister, is this number right here on all of them, or is this the 89,140 machine that they made? Now I need to figure out the best location to mount this thing, and I need to be a little bit strategic about it, because the way this one actually works, it works off a drill. So I can't mount it like right there, because then I won't be able to get my drill. So it has to be like probably somewhere like this. I think I'm just gonna mount it in this little corner right here, and then if I end up needing to move it, I can always adjust, because this is some solid wood. I shouldn't have a problem with that. And now it's obviously time to choose some wire. I have all sorts of different kinds. This one, I'm thinking it's gonna be number 1, because it's not as skinny as typically number 2 is. So I'm gonna put this in my number 1 pile. But what I'm talking about is this right here is for sure number 2, because it's extremely skinny. I think I'm gonna start off with this chunky piece right here. This Stripmaster is very adjustable. This piece right here raises and lowers the arm over here, and then this one is for the blade adjustment. So you kind of have to play with the settings for all of the wire you split, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? I think I gotta adjust it to the setting I want, and if it doesn't cut it, obviously I'll just put it back through again. Sometimes it could cut too much too, so you have to be careful. I think it's like spot on. Yeah. This setting works great. Let's send it. Made a mistake already. Went too fast and popped it off the track. I wonder if it popped off because it wasn't tight enough. I'm not sure exactly why it popped off. Maybe it wasn't tight enough, but I thought it was. So we have to start like over here somewhere. Keep making that mistake. Maybe the reason it's popping off is because this is not high enough, so I'm gonna raise it all the way up here. Then I'm also gonna tighten the blade down a little more, so hopefully it stays on track now. I'm just gonna cut this wire to where I already stripped it, that way it's not in the way anymore. Trash is gonna go in here, and then this is our piece right here. Whenever you start getting pieces like this, that means you dug in a little too deep. But for some reason it was skipping, so I don't understand. It's definitely a nice little chunky piece, but we gotta split a lot more to make it worth our time, plus pay for that machine. I think it's too high, because now it's working even worse, so we'll lower it back down and we'll adjust the blade, I guess. See, when it pops off the table, I think that's when it goes off the track. Got another piece right here. This is gonna be the last piece from that long cable. I cut it into 3 pieces. Oh yeah, I think that's my problem, because when it's spinning too fast, it just launches it up here and then it pops off the track. But like this, I can guide it if it's sliding to one side or the other. Let's see if it worked. Oh yeah, look at this copper. And I guess you gotta be careful, cause see, I sliced myself right here. This stuff is very pokey. I'm gonna try this yellow one next. I'm gonna have to cut it though. Looks like I already sliced it somewhere here, or I got it like this, I'm not sure. This one pretty much came out perfectly, except this piece right here didn't fully cut through, so I'm just gonna use a knife. And just like that, we have another piece. It's going by pretty quick, even though I have like no experience doing this. Cutting through right now, so I know I'm good to go. Popped off. It did cut a pretty decent chunk though, so I guess I can't complain. Maybe it's because I'm leaving them too long. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done it before, so I'm like learning right now as I'm going. Can't seem to figure this thing out, man. I really can't. The only thing I can continue to do is keep trying, because I know there's people out there that are absolute beasts with this machine. So it might just take a little bit of practice. This end right here looks a little burnt, but it's not burnt. It's just that sticky residue from the rubber, from being in the sun too long, I guess. Perfect. Maybe it's the wire itself, because this one right here is much straighter and it worked way better. That one was kind of curved and stuff. I think it's from jumper cables, so maybe that's why it was so hard. It's all perfect. Not really cut through anywhere. Look at that. That's money. This is what I want to do. This easy. Perfect. I guess that piece might have been from jumper cables too, because this is jumper cables. I think I cut it from here. Oh, nice. This one's actually ripping it right away, so it's basically stripping it for me already. Awesome. That's gonna be a nice piece. No machine needed. I really can't believe this just stripped itself. It's gonna be a very nice piece. Very, very nice. Probably the nicest one, because it didn't need a machine. mean, look at all that copper, guys. That's crazy. It's time to see if we can do a good job on this piece as well. I'm hoping so, because that would be nice. Moment of truth. Unfortunately, some of the pieces don't actually come out, so you have to kind of go through and remove them one by one if you want to get them out. It's not much weight, but it's some copper weight, so you might as well do that. This one's got like that red rubber on it because it was from the red piece, but another piece. The next wire I'm going to split, it's actually going to be number 1. So this one actually had a specific hole for it, so it went extremely smooth because there was no way for it to like actually play like the top one. Oh yeah. A little bit of trash. Number 1 copper right there. These 3 pieces are a little bit bigger, so I'm not quite sure if they'll fit through that hole exactly, but looks like on top there's a hole just a little bit bigger. The bigger hole worked just fine. Look how thick this stuff is, guys. This is the good stuff right here. This right here is probably the thickest number 1 I have, so I'm gonna try to split this one next. Oh yeah, look at that thickness. It honestly feels like I can make a soccer ball out of all of this wire. This stuff is thick. The longer I use this machine, the easier it's getting. What I was doing in the beginning, I was raising this hole as high as I can, but it's honestly supposed to be as low as it can. That way it doesn't split out. Rookie mistake on my end, but you know, after you learn a couple things here and there, it just starts working super easy. Like, look at this, easy. This machine also has a specific location for house wire, which is very nice. Once you get it stripped, this is what it looks like. You get 3 pieces. One's already stripped for you, and then you got to strip these 2 to make it number 1. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just gonna split this one right here and probably wrap it up. But it might be a little bit challenging because it's very cracked, has a lot of sun damage on it. It's honestly not too bad at all. But it does rip in random spots, as you guys just saw. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of copper wire in here. These are off copper jumper cables. I found these in the grass on a junk removal job, buried underground. Wow, that's thickness right here. This right here is my number 1 copper, and then this is my number 2. The last piece I split, I didn't record it, but it was really messed up. You can see that it's copper actually, but it just looks burned because that cable was just absolutely destroyed. I wish I had a little more free time today so I can continue splitting copper wire, because it's actually a lot of fun. I'm just struggling with the adjustments here and there a little bit, but once I figure all that stuff out, it's gonna be very easy, and I'm gonna go through this stuff much faster, obviously. But I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. If you guys enjoyed this content, please don't forget to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.